Welcome back, dear viewers. We were airing live pictures of Egyptians converging to Nasr City neighborhood to participate in the protests in support of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and saying no to chaos. A message to the whole world, organized and peaceful protest, calling for the support of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and calling no to the terrorist organization, the Muslim Brotherhood, and no to chaos for any attempts to instigate violence. And as part of this rolling and extensive coverage of what is happening on the ground, we're most delighted to be joined over the phone by Mrs. Amani, Holla, and she's a writer to give us her insight. Good afternoon, Mrs. Amani.
Good afternoon.
Well, first of all, I'd like to know your input to have more insight on the remarks made by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi this morning, and how do you see the picture on the ground, the Egyptians flocking in their thousands to the streets in a move of solidarity and support for President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi?
Actually, the real people start to say we are here because we are living in a virtual world of the internet and the social media who are trying to create a virtual false image about what's happening in Egypt. This is the real life. This is the real photos. We are not creating. We are not making false videos. We are here real flash of people around everywhere saying this is Egypt.
Yes, and how do you see the remarks made by the president this morning?
It was very honest, very realistic. We felt that all the imaginary and false image they are trying to send it all over the world. They are using actually, unfortunately, huge media outlets. They are dealing very unethically towards our country.
Yes, and what kind of message do you believe, Mrs. Amani, that the pictures we're seeing right now send to the whole world and especially to the terrorist organization, the Muslim Brotherhood, that are trying to instigate violence and chaos within the Egyptian country and to segregate the Egyptian nation?
We are telling the whole world we are Egyptian people understanding all the cheating and all the dirty games they are trying to play with us. We are very immune against all their ways. We know our past. We know how to deal with our problems. Even I recognize and I'm very appreciating too even the people who are against some of the actions taken by the government, but when it comes to this kind of dirty war, they understood the message and they start to stop talking about all the negativities and start to be as one row with all the other citizens until we finish this stupid manipulation of our mentality.
Yes. Any message that you finally that you'd like to send as we're recapping this interview, Mrs. Amani?
I'm still betting on the smartness of our people. I'm telling everybody, don't worry, don't believe them. Don't believe any message until you make sure what's going on. They are trying to use the media as their first soldiers in our war. But don't believe them, stop watching them, stop following them because they are playing dirty games against your country. Of course, whoever wants to hurt your country will never seek for your help or for your good thing to do. But take care, watch out, don't follow even by curiosity. Stop following them.
Yes, Mrs. Amani Holla, an Egyptian writer. thank you so much for your insight, and thank you so much for this interview with On Nile TV International. And dear viewers, we're still continuing our rolling coverage of the protests taking place nationwide in support of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and sending a clear message saying no to chaos, to any attempts to instigate chaos in the Egyptian country. And dear viewers, now we move on to a short break, and then we'll be back to resume this rolling coverage of the protests taking place nationwide. Stay tuned.
صدقت حلمي وبدأت قالوا عني زمان موهوم بيضيع وقت لا يوم سلمت ولا استسلمت ووقعت وقمت وامبارح غير دلوقت هنا قلبي من جوا ده اللي بيديني القوة في طريقي مشيت واديني ثبت
لن ننجح إلا بكم.
من هنا قررت بعد ما فكرت امشي عالصعب وعرفت انا لما كبرت ان اللي تفكر في ازمة كان خوفك منه ملوش لازمة واديك عالصعب قدرت واللي زمان ضحكوا عليك شوفهم دلوقتي بيداروك صفوف ما هو رهنوا عليك تخسروا كسبت. انا ابن مصر انا بنت الكسر انا رافع راسي تملي لفوق طول العمر انا ابن مصر قلبي نسر ما اقدرش اعيش ابدا يوم غير وانا حر. شفت يا زمان ومواقف ملهاش عد بس الصدمات بتقوي ومش بتهد. شفت يا زمان ومواقف ملهاش عد بس الصدمات بتقوي ومش بتهد. انا عندي ثقة بالنفس انا ضد الكسر